Hey guys, I guess this is kind of a reaction video. It's not going to be like the other reaction videos I make. Most of you are not going to want to watch this, and I'll try to put it in the title. Because I already know, like, this is so depressing for me to really even talk about. And I feel like I've said a few times in some of the tarot readings I've done on specifically foodie and the reaction stuff I've done on Foodie, the few videos, I feel like I've said here and there stuff like I really should make a video talking about the cats, all right, the stuff with the cats. All right, so I saw what was going on the other day with the kitten thing with Foodie, and I saw. I'm not gonna say any names, even though I probably should, of specific reaction channels that were like saying, you guys know, all right? You're not new here, right? Okay. Um, oh man, I have so much to say about this. Oh God, I don't even know where to start. So, so, for those of you that don't understand, or like you love cats, all right, but you don't really understand the stray and feral thing, like, a female cat that is not fixed can give birth to up to 200 litters in her lifetime. Each of those litters can have 1 to 12 kittens, okay? When cats are born outside, all right, it doesn't matter. Like, I saw some comments, like, people saying, like, oh, there's the ocean near here, like in Kuwait, where they can catch fish. Or, like, there's this or that. I'm not originally from here, but I live in Florida. I live in an area of Florida that, I mean, there's a nice part here, but I live in, like, on the worst block, literally, in the area that I'm in. There's a lot of homeless. Every time I leave the house, all I see is animals that need help and people that need help. Now, if you are a person that sees footage like this that I'm, showing you right now in Kuwait, right, of this animal, or like I could take you out up the block, literally 2 blocks from me, and show you about 50, and I'm not even exaggerating. I want to cry. All right, I'm one person trying to help whatever cats I can, and like, it's so overwhelming. And I'm not in Kuwait. I'm in America, okay? I'm in a place where you would think there's resources, right? And like, when you live in a place that's poor, okay, or like middle class, below, under that, people can't feed themselves. Those people don't give a crap about, or even if they do care about animals, what the hell are they gonna do? They can't feed their own self. There's animal control here. There's the animal control. All they can do is trap the animals and help them go to the other side, so to speak, all right? That's what they're doing, because you have so many of them. When a cat is born outside and animal control intervenes, sometimes they will be fixed and released back to where they were found. But in all honesty, the elements, the lack of food, clean water, and trying to survive other animals, specifically other cats, it doesn't usually end well for them, all right? Put it that way. Now, in a situation like this, what Chantal did the other day, okay? Like, here we're seeing it's with the mother. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm looking at this cat, and that mother is starving. She doesn't even have probably milk in her for that baby to eat, okay? The fleas alone will make these animals sick, okay? I don't think what Chantal did was necessarily a bad thing. Like, that kitten needs medicine. That kitten needs help. Now, from my experience here, and I'm in the States, you guys, okay? Now, when I first got into the Chantal thing, because it's only been the last few years I even discovered what Girl World is. And I saw, the cat stuff. And I would see, like, comments of people saying certain things, like, about Chantal in this, right? I remember I Googled, like, Kuwait specifically and, like, the cat issues there and, what resources might be available and blah, blah, blah. And I don't trust Google completely, but, I feel like if you Google information, you should then maybe look further into, the subject, because whatever. But just from that quick Google search I did on Kuwait, I found like 3 organizations out there. Maybe there's more, but that were like, non-profit type organizations that try to help the strays and ferals in Kuwait. So if you care about the cats in Kuwait in general, like, look into those organizations and donate to those people. Because even here where I am at, okay, I had to make 50 calls, if not more, and I'm not exaggerating, to find one woman who takes it upon her own self in my area, okay, to help with T&R. There are different vets that, or certain vets that will donate their time to help fix these cats and whatever, right? But, like, it's not like this cat is in need, and I'm talking about in my area, and it's like, okay, they take the cat, they get it fixed, and it gets a new life, all right? Unless the community puts shelter for them, provides shelter for them, feeds them, and all this and that, they won't do well at all. And when they're not fixed, okay, they're fighting for territory. Females will sometimes stay together in a pack to, like, help protect each other and stuff. But even in those situations, they don't normally, they fight usually, each other. They'll not be very welcoming to other cats that might come in to their space. Males, all right, kittens that are born, when they get to a certain age, the males are basically thrown out by the rest of the group. All right, if males are fixed, like the ones on my property I got fixed, they tend to hang out and they become like friends, the males. But if they're not fixed, they're like on their own, and it's very difficult for them to survive, very difficult for them to find food. I live in a place where there's tons of bugs and lizards. There's lakes. They're not going fishing and getting, a mackerel out of the ocean. They're not doing that, okay? They're eating lizards and cockroaches, and they're barely surviving. And the mother cats don't even have milk in their bodies. And I don't know, and now I'm going to say something that I don't know if you guys realize. If you're already upset by what I'm saying, then definitely leave now. Mother cats and the males, they will eat the kittens, okay? Because they're starving. All right, this is a problem that I just came from the area a few blocks from my house where I try to leave kibble for these cats they all need help. They all need help. The woman out here that helps me, literally, she went to the county, had a whole meeting. She had to, like, get together, a whole meeting with the county. Like, hey, will you guys please help us, with funding to do trap and release? Just that in itself. And they were like, no. But you could take it upon yourself if you wanna. So now you got this one woman who's, and I do what I can. Like, I foster when I can. I had 11 cats at one time. Some of them, I couldn't keep them in the house. Only 2 of them I can actually keep in the house, that will stay in the house, Bijou and Tempe. All the other ones, they're in and out. They jump out the windows when I try to keep them inside. And some of them, they didn't come back. So this is what I will say. Like when I got Bijou up the block in an abandoned house, that's where I got Bijou and Tempe up the block from me. They were I didn't show you guys what they looked like really when I first brought them here, okay? Because that's how disturbing it was, and I didn't want to upset everyone. All right, and they're doing great now, thank God. And they stayed in the house. I can't believe it. All right, thank God. But it's like, when I first saw them, Bijou, had obviously given birth, okay? So I was basically advised, don't remove her, even though she was a hair away from passing. I was told, don't remove her from the area because we need to see, like, are there kittens, okay? And there's little tricks you could do to, like, you know, find them if they're there, right, the kittens, because usually they will hide, especially when they're first born, and they won't make noise instinctually, because that's how they protect themselves from predators, all right? They're very vulnerable, obviously, especially when they're first born. Like this little kitten I'm seeing, that cat, it's trying to, I don't think there's any milk in that cat, okay? For this baby to even feed. And, oh my God, this is so depressing. Basically, even though, like, Bijou was in horrible shape, I was advised, like, don't remove her right now. We got to make sure there's not babies there. And whatever babies were there didn't survive. Put it that way, okay? My point in making this video is I really feel like, I don't necessarily think what Chantal did was the wrong thing. Meaning, like, this cat is probably not going to make it. All right? It's just what it is. I hope that it makes it. But right now I'm looking at a kitten that's trying to feed off a mother that has no milk. There's no milk in that body, man. There's no milk in that body, you guys. This is what happens when they don't get enough food. A cat that is pregnant needs more food than a normal adult cat. When a kitten is little, they need twice the amount of food as an adult cat. All right? If you want to help the cats in Kuwait, okay, which I think is great if you guys want to do that, look into the organizations there, the people that take it upon themselves, the nonprofits, because those are individuals who actually care about the cats, and they want to help them, and they go about, like, doing it in a way that the only things that they really can do for these animals, all right? And usually, like, that mother cat was born in the streets. She has kittens. Usually they take them at 8 weeks, all right? When they should be with their mothers until 12 weeks for optimal health, because they should be living on mother's milk. That's how you get a strong immune system and this and that. But these cats are infested with fleas that make them very sick and can actually really just... I advise you guys, like, some of yous need to look into this a little more, okay, about the cats. Like I'm saying, like, if Chantal had taken the mother and the kitten, right, and brought it to a place out there, they might have kept the kitten, but they would have dumped the mother back where she was. Probably. Because that's usually what happens. Because the adult cat is looked at like now it's a feral, all right, that isn't going to stay inside. And even if it would, right, there's so many cats that need help. They have to pick and choose which one is, you know, can we help more? Like, kittens have a better chance of adapting, and that's why they probably go out of their way more to help a kitten in these situations. I'm talking about the organizations that do this stuff, blah, 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 all right? This whole subject is so depressing for me because, like, I make jokes like I live in Satan's butthole, and sometimes I feel like I live in the areas that Chantal is showing of Kuwait, because that's what it looks like by me. Just animals everywhere that need help, dogs and cats. It's even probably worse by me, the way it looks, if I were to film it. Now, I saw people were like, it's a money grab, it's a money grab. Maybe it was. I don't know, all right? I'm not going to speak on that, because all I really care about is the fucking cats. And I just hope that instead of everyone bashing Chantal, you know, like, you don't like her, she's whatever, fine. But take the amount of time that you take to shit on her and hate on her, right, for whatever reason, take even a quarter of that time to actually look into the feral and stray cats, the issues that come with that. You know, every area is different. Some states are going to have better programs or whatever. But this is a real issue. And that cat needs help. The mother needs help too. All right? Now, and before you guys go, oh, well, Chantal should have done this and that. No, I'm telling you right now that if the organizations come, people that do help, there's probably nothing they're going to do for that mother cat. And they would take the kitten away. All right? I'm just telling you. So anyway, this is something that really bothers me and weighs heavy on me and depresses me so heavy. Like, it's just, oh, God, this, because it's an overwhelming issue. And I really feel like the only reason I know anything now about this is because when I got here to where I live now, I tried to help the cats here, you know what I mean? And I've learned over time, like, what these services provide, what they do, and how even when you TNR, unless those cats have people in the community that are providing, like I said, adequate shelter for them, water, and food, okay, that it's really hard for them out there, and most of them don't survive, all right? All right, I know this video probably is going to piss off a bunch of people, but whatever, I had to say it.